Welcome to Auction version 4, the latest event management software tool from Auction Systems. In this tutorial, I will show you the settings for event management. To change or add event management settings, from the main Home task ribbon, choose Settings. Click Event Management Settings. These are the event management settings with the panels closed. The event management settings areas are Entrees, Groups, and Tables. A summary of the settings for each area will appear on the right of each closed panel. This is the open entree panel. If you're having a sit-down dinner where the guests have to choose which entree they prefer, you can set the entree choices here. You may list up to 4 different entree choices. The next event management setting is for Groups. Groups allows you to group people from different name records. This is especially helpful when assigning tables. You can put all the people who are in different name records who would like to sit together into a group. In the attendance panel of each person, in their name entry form, you can select the group the person is with. Then, when assigning people to tables in Event Prep on the main Home task ribbon, sort the people that need table assignments by their group request and then easily see who should be put together at a table. Name the groups here in Settings. Group Notes is about the group itself, not about the individuals in the group. Let's say the group called Authors needs to be very close to the stage or podium because some of the speakers will be in this group. Enter something like Near Stage in the Group Notes. When you are assigning tables, first print a report of the attendees in each group and include the group notes. Pick a table near the stage for this group. Finally, we have table settings. In this screen, you add 1 table to your list of tables, and you can also add 10 tables at a time. When you add 1 table or 10 tables, Auction will name them numerically and include leading zeros and a table ID with no leading zeros. Rename tables and re-ID the table at any time. If people have been assigned to a table, their individual name records will be updated when you rename the entire table. When you add tables, set the default to how many can sit at each table. This default can always be changed for a single table on a case-by-case basis by changing the field associated with that table. Let's start with table name. For many organizations, the name of a table is actually the table number placed on the table in the ballroom. But some organizations prefer to name some or all of their tables based on the host or the sponsor. In version 4, you can do both or even name your tables with both a name and a number. Because the table name field can be letters, if you sort a report by table name, it will sort alphabetically regardless of whether you have a table name or number. And when numbers sort alphabetically, 1 with no leading zeros is followed by 10, and then 11 through 19, and then 100 before 2, which would be followed by 20 through 29, and etc. The table names that start with numbers always sort in a list before table names that start with letters. That's why Auction auto-names the table with leading zeros. Leading zeros helps to sort numbers in an alpha sort in numerical order. However, on name tags that include the table name, since Auction sees table names as an alphabetical field, unlike bid numbers, it will include the leading zeros. To avoid weird sorting, you can use the table ID field. If you want your table name to be a number like 1, 2, or 3, etc., with no leading zeros, you can change the table name to remove the leading zeros. Once you have done that, in order for reports to sort tables numerically, use the table ID for the numerical order, since this field only sorts numerically. If your table names are numbers and the table ID is the same number as the table name, you can sort your reports by table ID, so the report is in numerical order. If you have named some of your tables by the host or sponsor, you can use table ID to show where that table would be located if it still had a numerical name. The holiday table was table 001. but when the name was changed from 001 to holiday, the ID still is 1. If you want table names to print on documents and don't like leaving zeros to also appear, change the table name from, for instance, this one, 004 to just a 4. But remember to sort all reports by table ID rather than by table name. On name tags, you will have a choice of including just the table name, just the table ID, or a combination of both. And of course, if you prefer, table names and table ID don't need to be included on name tags. Some organizations name all their tables with the name of the sponsor or host and can use the table ID to indicate the position in the ballroom. And since the same ID can be used for more than one table, they use table ID to indicate the row the table is located in the ballroom, but not the actual table position. When using auction for a sports event, such as the shotgun golf tournament, table names will become teams, and ID can be used to designate which hole that team tees off from first. Table notes can be used to say something about this particular table and can appear on reports if desired. An example of a table note could be something like closest to the restrooms, wheelchair access, etc. If your event has sponsorships, you can list the sponsor here. If the table name is the name of the sponsor, you may not want to use this field because it would be redundant. If the table name is something else, like just a table number, list sponsor's name and our company in this field, and it can appear on a placard for display on the table. This concludes the Event Management Settings tutorial. Thank you for joining us.